Hi, my name is Stephen McGee and I'm the author of Curing Electromagnetic Hypersensitivity. And we're here to look into this experiment. It's a number of experiments, but the thing that's unusual about this experiment is the fact that the plants are all growing normally. And that's quite a surprise because these are all Dieffenbachias. And I discovered in 2011 that my home was filled with biologically toxic radio wave fields, and any Dieffenbachia that I brought into the home and just watered with Tucson water would show extensive deformity. Now, all of these plants are actually growing very, very well, and we're going to take a little look at them. And the thing about all of these plants is that they were all brought into the home around the start of 2014, and now it's November 2014, and they still look like what they were when I bought them. They're just a little bit larger. And this is a first regarding my research. Now, there's a few things that have actually happened since I started this experiment, and that is my tree was cut down. I found that my very large tree on my property was emitting electromagnetic fields that were biologically harmful. So I cut the tree down, and the other thing that happened is way out there behind the trees in the distance is a cell phone tower. And now I filed a complaint to the FCC and also Health Canada about the cell phone tower that's behind those trees. And sometime, I believe, in 2014, early on in 2014, a set of transmitters was removed from that cell phone tower. Now, I have no idea what was coming off those transmitters other than they have gone. So the cell phone tower is still there. It has a set of transmitters on the very top of it, but the middle set of transmitters has disappeared. So there's only one set of transmitters on that tower now that's at the very top. So let's look at these plants. So I discovered during the course of researching radio frequency effects on plants that you could stop the deformity by connecting them to a standard 1.5 volt battery. And you can see that this experiment started in April 2014, and it's doing very, very well. And that was the expectation for this experiment, because hooking these plants up when they're in a biologically harmful radio wave field to a 1.5 volt battery stops the deformity. So that wasn't a surprise. This was a surprise. So this is a Schumann resonance control plant, and if you look at this plant, actually is wearing a set of headphones. So there's the headphones, and there's nothing connected to it. There's no MP3 player connected to it, and the plant is doing very, very well. So you can see we've got the very large leaves. So here is the actual Schumann resonance plant. It's connected to an MP3 player, and if we look inside the plant we see the headphones, and you can also see that this one's doing very, very well. It's actually a little bit larger than the control, but has very fine leaves. So this is the opposite polarity battery. So you see we've got the positive going up into the plant, and we've got the negative going to the pot. And the expectation was that this would show normal growth, which it does. So let's look at this plant. Now, all these plants on the front are part of a light experiment. Now, all the water for these plants is exposed to filters. So some of the filters are clear, one is white, and we have a red, green, and a blue filter. So that's what's going on with these plants. They get watered with water that has been exposed to filtered sunlight. So let's take a little look at this one. So you can see we've got the nice pattern leaves. It's pretty typical of what you would expect your Dieffenbachia to grow like. So this was brought into the home on March 2014 and gets watered with white water. So this one is looking good. The nice large leaves, lots of patterning. And this one is getting watered with green filtered light. So here we go, this one's looking pretty good. Got nice large leaves, we've got the patterning. So a little look down at the bottom. So this one gets red light water. And this one is also looking pretty good. Nice large leaves with the patterning. This one gets blue light. And this is the only one that's showing any sign of deformity. It may well be that this particular plant was exposed to something in the shop where I purchased it from, and the stress may be coming from that exposure. I've noticed that it's getting harder and harder to source these plants in Tucson, Arizona, because of all the radio frequencies that are around in the shops and the cell phone towers that they tend to put in the shopping complexes. So this one is getting the control water, which is water that is exposed to sunlight through clear glass. So the water for this is kept in a jar. And that's how it grows. So as you can see, it's a very surprising result so far. And I have, for the first year since I've been doing it, a very nice collection of Dieffenbachia plants. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I wish you the very best of health. Thank you.